Let me ask you something. Why do some people seem to have it all? The energy, the success, the confidence, while others feel stuck no matter how hard they try. It's not luck, it's not talent, it's not even motivation. It's habits. Because your life is built by what you do daily, not by what you do once in a while. And right now, whether you realize it or not, your habits are either pushing you toward your best life or pulling you further away from it. So today I'm going to show you 8 daily habits that will transform your life. Not someday, not next year, but starting today. Are you ready? Let's go. The way you start your morning dictates everything that follows. Most people roll out of bed, check their phone, scroll through social media, and immediately allow the world to dictate their mindset. Before they even stand up, they've filled their mind with stress, distractions, and comparison. And then they wonder why they feel overwhelmed, unmotivated, and stuck. But successful people, they don't start their day reacting, they start by creating their day with intention. Think about this. If you had an important meeting with a billionaire who could change your life, would you show up late, half asleep, unprepared? Of course not. You'd be on time, focused, and ready to perform. But most people don't treat their own lives with that same level of respect. They wake up in reaction mode instead of creation mode. Your first hour is prime time for your mind and body. It sets the tone for everything that follows. The first thing you do in the morning isn't just a habit. It's a signal to your brain about how the rest of the day will go. If you start with chaos, your day will feel chaotic. If you start with clarity, your day will feel powerful. So, what does a winning morning look like? It starts the night before. Most people stay up late watching TV, scrolling through their phone, and filling their mind with negativity. Then they wonder why they wake up exhausted. You can't have a great morning if you have a terrible night. Your tomorrow starts today. A real morning routine isn't just about waking up early. It's about waking up on purpose. The goal isn't just to get out of bed. It's to prime your mind, body, and spirit for the day ahead. The first thing you should do? Hydrate. Your body has gone hours without water, and dehydration leads to brain fog, fatigue, and sluggishness. A glass of water first thing in the morning reactivates your system, wakes up your organs, and gets your metabolism going. It's simple, but most people skip it. Next, you need to move. Your body and mind are connected. The way you move determines the way you feel. If you wake up and stay in bed scrolling on your phone, your energy stays low. But if you get up, stretch, do some light exercise, or even just take a short walk, your body will shift into high performance mode. Motion creates emotion. Then comes the mental reset. What's the first thing most people do? They check their notifications, read emails, or scroll through social media. But that means their first thoughts of the day are being hijacked by other people's agendas. Instead, you need to feed your mind before the world fills it for you. Read something inspiring. Listen to a powerful podcast. Meditate. Journal. Whatever it is, make sure you're controlling what enters your mind first. The next step? Gratitude. Before your feet hit the floor, take a moment to think about 3 things you're grateful for. It sounds simple, but it rewires your brain for success. Most people wake up thinking about what they don't have, what's going wrong, or what they're stressed about. But if you train your mind to start with gratitude, you shift into a positive, abundant state. Now here's a game changer. Set your intentions. Most people wake up and just go with the flow. They hope the day goes well instead of deciding it will. Take 30 seconds and ask yourself, what's my mission today? What's one thing I can do to move forward? How do I want to show up? When you wake up with intention, you're already winning before the day even begins. One of the biggest mistakes people make is hitting snooze. That might seem small, but it sends a powerful message to your brain. I'm delaying my life. Every time you hit snooze, you're training yourself to procrastinate. You're telling yourself that your goals, your dreams, and your commitments can wait. But when you get up on the first alarm, you're making a decision to show up fully for your life. Another key part of a powerful morning is avoiding decision fatigue. Most people waste time and energy in the morning on things that don't matter. What to wear, what to eat, what to do first. That's why the most successful people automate their mornings. Lay out your clothes the night before. Plan your meals. Have a simple routine that doesn't require thinking. The less time you spend making small decisions, the more energy you'll have for the big ones. Your morning is your foundation. If you build it strong, everything else becomes easier. But if you build it weak, the rest of the day crumbles. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being intentional. Most people are waiting for motivation. They think they need to feel ready to take action. But the truth is, motivation follows action, not the other way around. You don't wait to feel inspired to have a great morning. You start your morning powerfully, and inspiration follows. The difference between a life that feels stuck and a life that's thriving is found in what you do before the world wakes up. And the best part? This is completely in your control. Your body is the foundation of your energy, and energy is everything. The way you move directly impacts the way you think, feel, and perform. Yet most people treat movement like an afterthought, something they'll get to if they have time. But that's the problem. Energy isn't something you wait for, it's something you generate. You don't sit around hoping to feel energized, you create energy by moving your body. Think about the days when you feel sluggish, tired, or unmotivated. What do those days have in common? Chances are you didn't move much. You woke up, sat down for breakfast, drove to work, sat at your desk, drove home, sat on the couch, and then went to bed. It's no surprise that your energy levels felt low because your body never had the chance to activate its full potential. Your physiology, how you use your body, controls everything. If you stand up tall, breathe deeply, and move with power, you instantly feel different. But if you slump over, breathe shallowly, and barely move, you'll feel drained. Your mind follows your body's lead, not the other way around. That's why movement is so powerful. It's not just about fitness, weight loss, or looking good. It's about creating a peak state that allows you to show up at your best every single day. Most people think they need to spend hours in the gym to make a difference, but that's not true. Even small movements can create a massive shift in your energy. Something as simple as stretching, doing jumping jacks, or taking a quick walk can reset your entire state. The key is to move with intensity and intention. A few minutes of high energy movement can do more for your mood and productivity than a cup of coffee ever could. Breathing plays a crucial role in your energy levels too. Most people go through their day taking short, shallow breaths, which keeps them in a low energy state. But deep, intentional breathing floods your body with oxygen, wakes up your brain, and shifts your emotions instantly. If you've ever felt tired, stressed, or anxious, chances are your breathing was shallow. The fastest way to reset your energy is to take control of your breath. Deep inhales through your nose, filling your diaphragm, followed by powerful exhales. This simple shift can make you feel more alert, focused, and alive. Posture is another overlooked factor. When you sit hunched over, your lungs can't fully expand, your body tightens up, and your energy drops. But when you stand tall, open up your chest, and hold yourself with confidence, your entire state changes. Studies have shown that even holding a powerful posture for just 2 minutes increases testosterone and decreases cortisol, which means you feel stronger, more confident, and less stressed. The way you carry yourself tells your brain how to feel. One of the biggest excuses people make for not moving is that they don't have time. But you don't need an hour-long workout to see results. You can integrate movement into your day in small, powerful ways. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Walk around while taking phone calls. Do quick bursts of exercise between tasks. Even standing up and stretching every 30 minutes can keep your energy high. The key is consistency. Making movement a non-negotiable part of your day. When you start your morning with movement, you send a powerful message to your brain, I'm ready. It doesn't have to be complicated. Some push-ups, a quick jog, or even dancing to your favorite song can create an immediate shift. Movement isn't just about exercise, it's about activating your peak performance mode so you can attack the day with full force. Your emotions are directly tied to movement. Have you ever noticed that when you're feeling down, your body feels heavy? But when you're excited, your body feels light and powerful? That's because emotion is created through motion. If you want to change how you feel, change how you move. Try jumping up and down for 30 seconds and see if you can stay in a bad mood. It's nearly impossible. Your brain is wired to associate movement with energy, so the more you move, the better you feel. Many of the world's most successful people prioritize movement because they understand its power. They don't exercise just for physical health. They do it for mental clarity, emotional resilience, and unstoppable energy. They know that if they don't move, they don't perform at their highest level. Movement also strengthens your ability to handle stress. When you move, your body releases endorphins, natural mood boosters that reduce stress, increase happiness, and make you feel unstoppable. It's why athletes push themselves through intense workouts. They know the reward is greater than the temporary discomfort. And that's the secret. Movement isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. The truth is, your energy levels are within your control. You don't have to feel sluggish, tired, or unmotivated. You can reset your state at any moment by taking charge of your physiology. Move with power, breathe with intention, stand with confidence. Because the way you use your body determines the way you live your life. Your mind is a powerful machine, but like any machine, it needs the right fuel to function at its best. Most people understand the importance of feeding their bodies, but they don't think twice about what they're feeding their minds. They consume whatever's in front of them, negative news, gossip, distractions, without realizing that their thoughts are being shaped by what they take in. Just like eating junk food leads to a sluggish body, consuming mental junk leads to a sluggish mind. Every single thing you read, watch, and listen to programs your brain. Your beliefs, your emotions, your decisions, all of it is influenced by what you allow into your mental space. If you start your day scrolling through social media, comparing yourself to others, or reading bad news, you're setting yourself up for stress, self-doubt, and negativity. But if you fill your mind with something empowering, something that challenges you to grow, you set yourself up for success. The most successful people in the world are obsessive about what they feed their minds. They don't leave it to chance. They don't just consume whatever happens to be in front of them. They choose what to focus on because they know that their thoughts create their reality. If you want to transform your life, you have to be intentional about what you allow into your head. One of the simplest ways to do this is through reading. When you read books that expand your thinking, you gain wisdom from people who have already figured out what works. Instead of spending years trying to learn everything on your own, you can absorb decades of knowledge in a matter of hours. Books are like having mentors in your pocket, guiding you, challenging you, pushing you toward greatness. The most successful people in history, leaders, entrepreneurs, visionaries, have all been readers. That's not a coincidence. They know that their success depends on continuous learning. But it's not just about reading anything, it's about choosing the right material. If you're reading things that make you feel small, weak, or afraid, you're feeding your mind poison. But if you read things that expand your perspective, challenge you to grow, and make you think bigger, you're feeding your mind power. Podcasts and audiobooks are another powerful tool. The beauty of audio learning is that you can do it anywhere, while driving, working out, or doing chores. Instead of wasting time listening to random noise, you can turn that time into an opportunity to grow. Every moment you spend learning is a moment you're upgrading your mind. The people you surround yourself with are also a huge part of what you feed your mind. Conversations are mental food. If you spend time around people who complain, make excuses, and stay stuck in the past, you're feeding your brain limitations. But if you spend time with people who think big, take action, and push themselves, you're feeding your brain possibility. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, not just in habits, but in thinking. Most people don't realize how much their environment is shaping their mindset. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, whether it's the people around you or the media you consume, it's almost impossible to stay positive. You might think you're strong enough to resist it, but the truth is the more negativity you absorb, the more it shapes your thoughts, even if you don't notice it. Your mind is always listening, always picking up signals. The question is, are those signals empowering you or holding you back? Another key part of feeding your mind is practicing mental discipline. Most people allow their thoughts to run on autopilot, and because of that, their minds are filled with doubts, worries, and distractions. But you have the power to direct your thoughts. Instead of letting your mind focus on fear, you can train it to focus on solutions. Instead of letting your mind dwell on problems, you can train it to look for opportunities. The way to do this is through intentional focus. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for rewiring your mind. When you focus on what you appreciate, you train your brain to look for the good in every situation. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude can rewire the brain, shifting it from stress and anxiety to happiness and resilience. It's not just a feel-good exercise. It's a scientific strategy for training your mind to be stronger. Journaling is another way to feed your mind with clarity. When you write down your thoughts, goals, and ideas, you're not just organizing information, you're creating direction. Your brain processes information differently when you write it down, making it more likely to stick. That's why some of the most successful people in the world use journaling as a tool to sharpen their thinking and track their progress. Meditation and mindfulness are also powerful ways to control what enters your mind. Most people live in a constant state of distraction, jumping from one thought to the next without ever being present. But when you take time to slow down, to breathe, to center yourself, you're training your mind to stay focused and strong. Meditation isn't about sitting still and doing nothing. It's about strengthening your mental muscle. The bottom line is this: your mind is always consuming something. The question is, are you feeding it with power or with poison? If you want to change your life, you have to start by changing what you allow into your thoughts. Be intentional, be selective. Because what you put into your mind determines what you get out of your life. Most people walk through life without realizing that their words shape their reality. The things you say out loud and in your head become the script for how you experience the world. Your language is not just a reflection of your thoughts. It actively programs your brain. If you constantly say, "I'm tired, I can't do this," or "nothing ever works out for me," your brain believes it and adjusts your emotions and actions accordingly. On the other hand, if you say, "I am strong, I will figure this out," or "every challenge is making me better," your brain shifts into a state of power and possibility. Most people don't realize how much negative self-talk runs through their minds every single day. They have trained themselves, often without knowing it, to use words that limit them. They say things like, "I'm just not that smart," "I've always been bad with money," or "I'll never be fit." These statements are not just observations, they are commands to the brain. The subconscious mind listens to every word you say and works to make it a reality. If you constantly reinforce a negative belief with your words, your brain will find ways to prove it true. Think about a time when you faced a challenge. If you told yourself, "This is too hard," how did you feel? Probably defeated, overwhelmed, and stuck. But if you said, "This is tough, but I'll figure it out," your brain went to work looking for solutions. The words you use create the emotions you feel, and those emotions determine your actions. When you use words of power, you generate momentum. When you use words of limitation, you create hesitation, doubt, and fear. One of the fastest ways to shift your mindset is to shift your language. Instead of saying, "I have to go to work," say, "I get to go to work." Instead of saying, "I can't afford it," say, "How can I afford it?" These small shifts in language rewire your brain to see possibilities instead of limitations. Words create your emotional state, and your emotional state determines how you show up in life. Affirmations are one of the most powerful tools to reprogram your mind. But they're not just about repeating positive phrases. They're about conditioning your brain to believe in your potential. When you repeatedly tell yourself, "I am disciplined, I am strong," or "I achieve my goals," your brain starts looking for evidence to support that belief. Over time, these words become part of your identity. Successful people don't just hope for confidence, resilience, and success. They speak it into existence. It's not just about the words you say to yourself. Your language has the power to influence the people around you. If you constantly complain, gossip, or focus on what's wrong, you spread negativity. But if you speak with enthusiasm, encouragement, and optimism, you elevate the energy of every room you walk into. The way you speak can either bring people down or lift them up, and the way you affect others will reflect back on you. The people you spend time with also influence the words you use. If you surround yourself with people who constantly talk about problems, you'll find yourself doing the same. But if you spend time with people who focus on solutions, who talk about growth, success, and possibilities, your language will start to mirror theirs. You absorb the words and energy of those around you, so be mindful of the conversations you engage in. One of the biggest mistakes people make is using language that gives away their power. They say, "I have no choice," or "it's just the way I am." But the truth is, you always have a choice. Instead of saying, "I can't," start saying, "I will find a way." Instead of saying, "This is impossible," say, "This is a challenge, but challenges make me stronger." When you shift your words, you shift your mindset. Your language also affects your physiology. If you speak with low energy, your body responds with low energy. But if you speak with power and certainty, your body follows. That's why the most successful people speak with confidence. They don't mumble their goals or whisper their dreams. They declare them with conviction. If you say something with certainty, your brain takes it seriously. That's why saying your goals out loud is so powerful. It activates your subconscious mind and sets it in motion. Another way to take control of your language is to eliminate excuses from your vocabulary. Words like someday, maybe, and hopefully create hesitation and uncertainty. Instead of saying, "I'll try," say, "I will." Instead of saying, "I hope it works," say, "I'll make it work." When you use strong, decisive language, your brain follows your lead and takes action. Gratitude is another key part of language. When you focus on what you appreciate, you train your mind to see abundance instead of lack. Instead of saying, "I don't have enough," say, "I am grateful for what I do have, and I'm creating more." Instead of saying, "Nothing ever goes right for me," say, "Every challenge is shaping me into someone stronger." The words you use determine how you see the world. Most people don't realize that the words they casually use every day are shaping their entire life. If you want to change your results, you must first change your language. The words you speak, both internally and externally, are the foundation of your reality. When you master your words, you master your mind. Your environment is shaping you in ways you don't even realize. Every single thing around you, what you see, what you hear, who you spend time with, is influencing your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Yet most people don't take control of their environment, they just accept whatever's around them. They don't realize that their surroundings are either fueling their growth or holding them back. If you want to transform your life, you must take control of the spaces you live in, the energy you allow in, and the people you surround yourself with. Look around your physical space right now. Is it built for success? Is it designed to push you forward? Most people don't realize how much their surroundings affect their mindset. A cluttered space creates a cluttered mind. When you wake up to chaos, messy rooms, disorganized desks, distractions everywhere, you're starting your day in reactive mode. You're not in control. But when you create an environment that is clean, structured, and inspiring, you step into proactive mode. You're in charge. You feel clear, focused, and ready to dominate your day. What you see every day matters. If the first thing you see when you wake up is your phone filled with messages, social media, and news, your brain is immediately pulled into stress and distraction. But if the first thing you see is something that inspires you, a vision board, a goal list, a quote that reminds you of your mission, you start your day with intention. The visuals in your space act as constant reminders of what's possible. That's why high achievers fill their environments with things that push them forward. Books, symbols of their goals, images that represent their vision. They know that their minds are absorbing everything, even when they're not aware of it. But your environment isn't just physical, it's also mental and emotional. The conversations you have, the information you consume, the people you spend time with, all of it is shaping who you become. If you constantly surround yourself with negativity, gossip, and complaints, that energy seeps into you. It lowers your standards, weakens your mindset, and makes you feel stuck. But if you immerse yourself in an environment of growth, ambition, and positivity, you start to rise. You start thinking bigger, acting bolder, and expecting more from yourself. One of the biggest factors in your environment is the people around you. If you're spending time with people who make excuses, avoid responsibility, and settle for mediocrity, their mindset will rub off on you. You might not notice it at first, but over time, their way of thinking becomes your way of thinking. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with people who are driven, focused, and constantly improving, you absorb their energy. You start to believe in bigger possibilities. You feel more motivated. You push yourself harder. The fastest way to elevate your environment is to upgrade your peer group. Look at the people you spend the most time with. Are they helping you grow, or are they keeping you stuck? If you want to achieve greatness, you need to be around people who demand greatness from themselves. You need to be around those who challenge you, inspire you, and push you beyond your limits. But what if you don't have access to those kinds of people in your current environment? That's where the power of virtual mentors comes in. The books you read, the podcasts you listen to, the videos you watch, these can all shape your mindset as powerfully as the people around you. You don't need to wait to meet high achievers in person. You can immerse yourself in their thinking right now by consuming their knowledge. Instead of scrolling through social media filled with distractions, you can fill your mind with ideas, strategies, and insights that elevate you. Music, sounds, and background noise also play a huge role in shaping your mental state. If you constantly listen to songs filled with negativity, struggle, and limitation, that message is being reinforced in your subconscious. But if you listen to music that energizes you, that lifts your spirit, that makes you feel unstoppable, your brain absorbs that energy. Some of the most successful people in the world use music intentionally. They play powerful, high-energy songs before big meetings, before workouts, before stepping on stage, because they know it instantly changes their state. Your environment is also affected by what you say out loud. If you constantly speak about your problems, your limitations, and your struggles, you reinforce them. But if you speak about your goals, your strengths, and your progress, you reinforce power. The words you use shape the energy of your space. If you want an environment of success, start speaking the language of success. Lighting, colors, and even scents can influence your mindset more than you realize. Bright, natural light increases focus and energy, while dark, cluttered spaces drain you. Certain colors boost creativity and motivation, while others make you feel sluggish. Scents like peppermint and citrus can stimulate alertness, while heavy, stale air can make you feel tired. The smallest environmental details can have a massive impact on how you feel and perform. Your habits are also part of your environment. If you keep junk food in your house, you're gonna eat it. If your phone is next to your bed, you're gonna check it first thing in the morning. If the TV remote is always within reach, you're gonna turn it on. Your environment is constantly nudging you towards certain behaviors, good or bad. That's why the best way to change your habits is to change your surroundings. If you want to eat healthier, make sure healthy food is easily accessible. If you want to read more, keep books in plain sight. If you want to stop wasting time on your phone, move it to another room when you need to focus. Small changes in your environment lead to big changes in your behavior. Most people think willpower is enough to change their lives. But willpower fades. Environment is stronger than willpower. If your environment is set up for success, you don't need to rely on motivation. It becomes automatic. That's why the most successful people don't leave their environment to chance. They design it. They build a space that pulls them forward. They create surroundings that reinforce their goals, not their limitations. Most people go through life reacting to whatever comes their way. They wake up, check their phone, rush into their day, and spend hours dealing with distractions, demands, and problems. By the time the day is over, they feel exhausted, but they can't even say what they truly accomplished. This cycle repeats itself day after day, month after month, year after year, and then they wonder why they feel stuck, why they're not making progress, why their goals seem so far away. The reason is simple. They lack a structured routine that puts them in control. Your habits shape your future. Every decision you make, every small action you take is either moving you closer to the life you want or pulling you further away from it. Most people don't fail because of one big mistake. They fail because of thousands of small, unconscious choices that slowly drain their potential. But when you take control of your daily routine, you take control of your destiny. The most successful people in the world don't leave their days to chance. They design their routines with purpose. They don't wake up wondering what they'll do. They already know. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on structure. Because motivation comes and goes. But a powerful routine keeps you moving forward even on the days when you don't feel like it. The first part of your routine that sets the tone for everything else is your morning. How you start your day determines the momentum you carry into everything else. If you wake up late, check your phone, and rush into your responsibilities, you're already in reaction mode. You're letting the outside world dictate your focus, energy, and mindset. But if you start your day intentionally by moving your body, feeding your mind, and focusing on your goals, you step into creation mode. You're in charge. You're directing your day instead of letting the day direct you. One of the most powerful habits to build into your morning is movement. When you exercise, even if it's just for a few minutes, you flood your body with energy. You increase blood flow, oxygenate your brain, and shift into a peak state. It's not just about fitness. It's about activating your power. That's why the most successful people in the world start their day with some form of movement, whether it's stretching, running, lifting weights, or even just a few minutes of jumping and deep breathing. They understand that motion creates emotion. The next part of a powerful routine is feeding your mind. If you don't take control of what goes into your brain, the world will do it for you. And most of what the world throws at you, news, social media, negativity, isn't designed to help you grow. That's why you need to be intentional about what you consume. Reading books, listening to audiobooks, or studying something that helps you improve your mindset will put you ahead of 99% of people. Even just 10 to 20 minutes a day of learning compounds into massive knowledge and skill over time. Another key part of your routine should be setting your focus for the day. Most people start their day without a plan, and then they wonder why they feel overwhelmed. But high performers take a few minutes every morning to decide what their priorities are. They don't just create long to-do lists. They focus on the most important actions that will move them forward. They ask themselves, what is the one thing I can do today that will have the biggest impact? That level of clarity eliminates distractions and creates momentum. A powerful routine isn't just about the morning. It's also about how you manage your energy throughout the day. Most people think success comes from working harder and longer, but that's not true. Success comes from working smarter and protecting your energy. If you burn yourself out, you won't be able to perform at your best. That's why the top achievers build in breaks, movement, and moments to reset their focus throughout the day. They understand that the brain works best in cycles, not in non-stop effort. Another critical part of your daily structure is your evening routine. Most people waste their evenings scrolling on their phones, watching mindless entertainment, or doing things that drain their energy. But if you use your evenings intentionally, you set yourself up for success the next day. One of the best things you can do is take a few minutes before bed to reflect on your day. What went well? What could be improved? What are your biggest priorities for tomorrow? This simple habit helps you go to sleep with clarity and wake up with purpose. Sleep is another part of the routine that most people overlook. If you don't sleep well, your brain doesn't function at its best. You have less willpower, less focus, and less emotional control. That's why the most disciplined people protect their sleep. They create a routine that signals their brain it's time to wind down. Whether it's reading, stretching, journaling, or meditating. They also avoid things that disrupt sleep, like scrolling on their phones late at night or consuming caffeine too late in the day. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself to work harder. It's about creating a system that makes success inevitable. A powerful routine isn't something you do once in a while. It's something you commit to every day. Over time, these habits compound, turning you into someone who doesn't just dream about success, but lives it. Most people go through life making decisions based on how they feel in the moment. They wait until they feel motivated to take action, but motivation is unreliable. Some days you wake up energized, ready to conquer the world. Other days you feel sluggish, uninspired, and stuck. If you rely on motivation, you'll never be consistent. The secret to real transformation is mastering your state. The mental and physical condition you put yourself in every single day, because when you control your state, you control your actions. And when you control your actions, you control your results. Think about the days when you feel unstoppable, when your energy is high, your focus is sharp, and your confidence is unshakable. On those days, you take massive action. You push harder, you make better decisions, and you perform at your best. But on the days when you feel tired, unmotivated, or overwhelmed, everything feels like a struggle. The same tasks that seemed easy before suddenly feel impossible. The difference isn't your abilities or your intelligence, It's your state. Your state is a combination of your physiology, focus, and language. If you change any one of these, you can shift how you feel instantly. Most people don't realize they have the power to do this. They think emotions just happen to them. But emotions are created, and once you understand how to generate powerful emotions on demand, you will no longer be controlled by how you feel. You will be able to take action no matter what. The fastest way to change your state is to change your physiology. Your body and mind are connected. When you move differently, you feel differently. If you stand tall, breathe deeply, and move with energy, you feel more powerful. If you slump your shoulders, take shallow breaths, and sit still for hours, you feel weaker. This is why exercise is one of the most effective ways to shift your emotions. When you move your body, you change your chemistry. You release endorphins, increase oxygen flow, and activate energy. That's why high performers don't just sit around waiting to feel better. They move, they work out, jump, stretch, or even just take deep breaths to instantly change how they feel. The next way to control your state is to master your focus. Whatever you focus on, you feel. If you focus on your problems, you feel overwhelmed. If you focus on what you don't have, you feel frustrated. But if you focus on solutions, you feel empowered. If you focus on what you're grateful for, you feel abundant. Most people let their focus be controlled by the outside world, social media, the news, other people's opinions. But the most successful people train their focus every day. They ask themselves, what can I learn from this? How can I use this? What's great about this situation? The brain is like a muscle. The more you train it to focus on opportunities, the stronger it gets. The third way to shift your state is to control your language. The words you use shape your emotions. If you constantly say, I'm exhausted, you will feel exhausted. If you say, I can't do this, your brain believes you. But if you say, I am unstoppable, your brain shifts into a different gear. The most successful people are intentional with their language. They don't use words that make them feel weak. They use words that create power. Instead of saying, I have to do this, they say, I get to do this. Instead of saying, this is too hard, they say, this is a challenge, and I love challenges. These small shifts in language rewire the brain and change emotional patterns over time. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting for motivation to take action. They say, I'll start when I feel ready, but readiness is a myth. You don't wait to feel confident, you take action and confidence follows. You don't wait to feel motivated, you move first and motivation kicks in. The moment you change your state, you take back control. That's why high achievers use triggers to shift their emotions instantly. It could be a power pose, a song that energizes them, a deep breath, or even a phrase they say to themselves. These small rituals create instant state changes. Another powerful way to control your state is to manage your energy throughout the day. Most people let their energy levels crash because they don't take care of their body or mind. They eat junk, sit for hours, and overload their brain with distractions. But peak performers protect their energy. They eat foods that fuel them, they hydrate, they take movement breaks, they breathe deeply, and they step away from screens when needed. They treat their body like an engine. If you fill it with the right fuel and keep it running smoothly, it performs at its best. Environment also plays a huge role in your state. If you're in a negative, draining environment, your emotions will reflect that. But if you surround yourself with energy, music, movement, positive people, inspiring visuals, you naturally feel better. That's why the most disciplined people are intentional about their surroundings. They remove distractions, limit negative influences, and design an environment that pushes them to be at their best. Breathing is another tool that most people overlook. Your breath controls your nervous system. Shallow, rapid breathing creates stress and anxiety. Deep, controlled breathing creates calm and focus. That's why professional athletes, speakers, and performers use breathing techniques to get into a peak state before they compete. Something as simple as taking 10 deep breaths can instantly lower stress and increase focus. Gratitude is one of the most powerful state shifters. It is impossible to feel fear, anger, or frustration while feeling grateful. That's why the most successful people take time every day to focus on what they appreciate. They don't just think about it, they feel it, they breathe it in, they let it fill their body, and they train their mind to operate from a place of abundance instead of scarcity. Most people live at the mercy of their emotions. They let circumstances dictate how they feel. But when you master your state, you are no longer controlled by what happens around you. You take control of your mind, your emotions, and your energy. And when you do that, you can take action regardless of how you feel, no longer held back by self-doubt or hesitation. Most people go through life without a clear direction. They wake up each day and react to whatever comes their way, hoping that somehow things will fall into place. But the truth is, without a compelling vision pulling you forward, you will always feel stuck, lost, or unfulfilled. The most successful people in the world don't leave their future to chance. They design it with absolute clarity. They don't just hope for a better life. They create a vision so vivid, so powerful, that it becomes a force of nature, pulling them toward their highest potential. A powerful vision isn't just about setting goals. Goals are important, but they're just the milestones along the way. A vision is much bigger than a goal. It's the future you are committed to creating. It's the blueprint of the life you are meant to live. It's what excites you, fuels you, and gives your actions meaning. Without a clear vision, even the best strategies will lead nowhere. But when your vision is strong, it shapes your decisions, influences your habits, and drives you forward even when challenges arise. Most people don't create a powerful vision because they're afraid to dream big. They shrink their ambitions to fit their current reality, rather than expanding their reality to match their deepest desires. But the people who achieve greatness think differently. They don't ask, what's realistic? They ask, what do I truly want? They give themselves permission to dream without limitations, to imagine a future that excites them and stretches them beyond their comfort zone. A compelling vision isn't vague, it's crystal clear. If your vision is blurry, your results will be too. You need to see it in detail. You need to know exactly what your life looks like when you've achieved your ultimate outcome. What does your health look like? Your relationships, your career, your finances. How do you feel when you wake up every morning? What kind of person have you become? The clearer your vision, the more powerful it becomes. One of the most effective ways to create a vision is to engage all your senses. Close your eyes and see it as if it's happening now. Hear the sounds around you. Feel the emotions of living that reality. The more real you make it in your mind, the stronger the emotional connection you'll have to it. And emotion is the fuel that turns vision into action. When you can feel your future before it happens, you begin to act in ways that bring it to life. Writing down your vision is a powerful step that most people overlook. The simple act of putting your vision on paper makes it tangible. It turns an idea into something real. The most successful people in the world don't just think about their future, they write it down in vivid detail. They describe their ideal life in present tense as if they're already living it. This process programs the brain to look for opportunities, to take actions that align with the vision, and to move in the direction of their dreams. Another key to making your vision a reality is reviewing it daily. Most people set goals once a year and then forget about them, but high achievers immerse themselves in their vision every single day. They read it, visualize it, and reconnect with why it matters. This daily reinforcement keeps them aligned, focused, and driven. It prevents them from getting distracted by short-term setbacks because they are anchored to something bigger. Your vision must also be bigger than just yourself. If your vision is only about what you can achieve, you'll eventually lose motivation. But if your vision includes how you can contribute to others, impact the world, or make a difference beyond yourself, it becomes unstoppable. The greatest leaders, entrepreneurs, and game changers are driven by something larger than personal success. They are fueled by a mission. Obstacles will always show up, but when your vision is strong, challenges become stepping stones instead of roadblocks. Most people give up when things get hard because they don't have a vision strong enough to pull them through. But when you are deeply connected to your future, setbacks don't stop you. They fuel you. You see failure as feedback, problems as opportunities, and resistance as a sign that you're growing. Your environment plays a massive role in reinforcing your vision. If you surround yourself with people who don't believe in big dreams, who constantly settle for mediocrity, or who drain your energy, your vision will slowly fade. But if you surround yourself with people who push you, challenge you, and inspire you to think bigger, your vision becomes even stronger. The right environment is like fertile soil for your dreams. One of the fastest ways to strengthen your vision is to act as if it's already happening. Most people think, I'll believe it when I see it, but the most successful people understand that you'll see it when you believe it. They start living in alignment with their vision before it becomes a reality. They carry themselves like the person they are becoming. They make decisions based on where they're going, not where they are. They step into the identity of their future self, and in doing so, they accelerate their progress. Most people think change happens gradually, but when you fully commit to a vision, transformation happens fast. The moment you make a decision that you will no longer accept anything less than your ultimate potential, everything shifts. Your standards change. Your habits change. Your mindset changes. You stop making excuses. You stop hesitating. You start taking bold action. You step into the person you were meant to be. Every single day you are making choices. Choices that either move you closer to the life you want or keep you stuck exactly where you are. The difference between those who create extraordinary lives and those who stay in the cycle of frustration isn't luck, talent, or even intelligence. It's habits. It's the small, consistent actions repeated over time that shape your future. You don't need a complete life overhaul overnight. You don't need to have it all figured out today. What you need is momentum. You need to take one step, then another, and another. Because success isn't built in a day. It's built in the daily rituals, the disciplined decisions, and the non-negotiable standards you set for yourself. Transformation happens when you stop negotiating with your potential, when you stop waiting for the perfect moment, when you stop letting fear, doubt, or hesitation dictate your actions. The future you want is waiting, but it won't come to you. You have to go to it. And the way you do that is by mastering your habits, owning your mindset, and making the commitment that from this day forward, you are done playing small. The life you dream of isn't out there somewhere. It's built in the moments where you decide to take control. The power is in your hands. The question is, what will you do with it?